So now Wiz Khalifa turns to me, he's like, play your song. I was like, I play Subway Art, and Wiz Khalifa just starts crying.
No, Wiz was actually crying.
Crocodile tears. I had big ass tears. And in my mind, I'm like, fuck, I didn't think he was gonna cry to that. Woo! Woo!
Oh, I think Tish beat me with the Ric Flair woo. What's up, everybody? This is your boy, My Wand, here at Dash Radio on the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
Yes,
Today
sir.
we got an incredibly talented singer, songwriter, actress, battle rapper, regular rapper. Overall, just incredible energy. Tish Hyman. How are you doing today?
What up, bro? How you doing?
Good to see you.
Good to see you too, baby.
So great to have you here. You know, Tish, there's no one I respect more than the songwriters.
Hey.
And then when I peeled the layers back and do my research, Bronx native.
Bronx.
Battle rapper.
Yes, sir.
First female rapper to complete Sway's 5 Minutes of Death.
Of course, I do it again.
And we're on the cusp, or I should say the heels of your latest release, Grown.
Yeah, getting real was necessary, baby.
How does it feel? It's been, what, 4 years since you dropped? 5 years?
Yes.
How does it feel? Like the weight of the world's off your shoulders?
I feel so good, you know. I feel like that athlete that's been in retirement. I came back out, and I'm just excited to do more. I'm excited.
Well, look, so part of what I got to do, Tish, is when I reach out to get an artist to come in, or I have someone submitted, which I reached out to get Tish because I was hella excited. I had met you, and I loved your energy. And when I heard the project, I knew somebody who was in your sphere of influence, and I was like, yo, let me get Tish.
Come on.
Because this project is different. It doesn't sound like anything else I've heard as far as like your sound is so raw. There's so much emotion in it. And it's very telling to me that you've written with Ty Dolla sign, because you also have a very raspy, unique voice. I can't imagine what a conversation between you and Ty sounds like.
It's intense. You know, I love Ty. Shout out Ty Dolla sign. That's my guy. It's intense. You know, I feel like Ty, I love him so deeply and immensely as a human, as a father, as a black man, as an artist, last, but very intensely. So our conversations are real raw and real. I think I say shit to Ty Dolla that niggas are scared to say. Like, nobody would say that.
There's no way you out crazy Ty.
You know, I wouldn't say out crazy. I'm just really, really rude.
Okay.
I mean, not rude. What was that, rule? I meant to say real. Real.
Okay.
I'm super real with him, you know. In a world where people are scared to talk to people, like if you work with an artist, you're a songwriter, you're a producer, you might be more reluctant to say certain things that's on your mind because you want to continue to work and you don't want it to get in the way. Me, I just let it fly, and you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just keeping it real.
Well, he is the same way. We had Ty up in here like a month ago.
Come on.
And at one point, like, this is going to sound weird, but Ty has some beautiful eyes. He got some crazy eyes.
Yes.
He had his glasses down. I'm looking him in the eyes, and Ty looked at me. We're like this. Ty was like, you want to fuck me, huh? And I'm like, wait, what the fuck? The camera's on? I'm like, no, bro. He's like, all right, you looking. I'm like, dog, you got gorgeous eyes, man. You know, sometimes you just get lost in them. Yep. I'm engaged to a woman, let's set that straight. But yeah, Ty is crazy, my point.
Yo, I love Ty. I tell him all the time. I call him beautiful all the time. Every time I see a video of him, he look good. I text him and I tell him, shit, me and my wife, you know, we asked him for a baby. We asked Ty, man. That motherfucker said no, but
we
so definitely
you asked
asked
for
him.
His sperm, basically.
Yeah, because my wife loves Ty Dolla. She thinks he's beautiful, talented, good human.
You're a genius. I have said this for years. Okay, when Janet Jackson was having a baby with the Saudi prince, I knew what the fuck was going on. The Saudi prince bought Jackson jeans.
Come on.
That's the way I saw it.
I would buy those jeans.
Are you kidding me? I would give my left arm, shoulder to finger, for some Jackson genetics.
Jackson genetics.
That would be the hottest shit
They should actually
in the market.
start selling they shit.
Have you seen any Jackson? They're all beautiful.
Yeah.
They all got the soft voice.
Shout out Austin Brown.
Austin Brown, incredible singer.
Yeah. Incredible.
He almost sounds too much like Michael. I feel bad.
You know, it's hard to be a Jackson too, man, because you try to drop music and shit, motherfuckers like, you ain't as good as Michael. Like, goddamn, I'm not Michael.
Yeah.
Once you get that last name, it's a blessing and a curse.
I like that he didn't put the Jackson
when
he was releasing music.
Kept
I
it
remember
brand.
he was working with the Dark Child too.
Yep.
He had a great record called Target or something like that.
He's been around a
Fuego.
very long time,
Yeah.
very long time, and he's still killing the game. Shout out Austin Brown.
Shout out Austin Brown. But we got to get back to Tish Hyman.
Come
because
on.
You have an incredible story from the Bronx.
Yep, from the Bronx.
And you come from, so I used to make music, but I really was a battle rapper.
Okay.
And you come from that battle rap scene.
Yeah, shout out Nems, my guy Nems, man. Me and
Nems your
Nems
guy?
go. That's my brother.
Bing
like
bong.
Bing bong. Me and Nems go back to the battle days. We used to definitely cross paths all the time. We're in a music video together from back in the day called Rat Poison. Go
Wow.
look it up.
Rat Poison. Is it
Yeah.
Nems?
Nems, Katana, Jesse James, I believe, and I think that's it. And I'm in the video torturing the chick.
Torturing the chick. Well, let's talk about you torturing MCs.
Come on.
You used to like according to what I've read, right? I was never at none of your battles, but
Yeah.
you held your own. You were fucking people up.
Yeah, I was walking up, man. I had a friend named P. Real in the Bronx, man, and he was like one of them dudes, you know? So he put me in the chains and shit, and I always had some real tough guys with me. And I walk up to anybody and just say, "You trash, what's good?"
But you one time in an interview said something that resonated with me so heavy. You said battle rap used to be real.
Yeah.
So do you mean, because I hate modern day battle rap.
It's
Forgive me
changed.
for this.
It's
But
changed.
it's people come in, they write 36, 40 bars,
Yep.
maybe 100 bars. It's obviously pre-written. It
Yep.
has been memorized.
Yep.
They get 30 days to work on it.
Yep.
When you were battling, what was different?
When I was battling, it was a little bit of both. For the most part, it was freestyle because you had to be able to incorporate shit that was happening right then and there. And because you didn't really have like the person you was battling's information before you did it, it was random. Like I'm literally at school, like, yo, let's go to that other school and see who's rapping over there. And in New York, literally at any given time, you're gonna walk up and see people in a circle rapping. And in that circle, I would search for the best rapper. Who's the best rapper here? You trash. I'ma tear that ass up. And then we get in there, we go hard. And it was just like I was always this loud black girl that didn't give a fuck. And I was a gangster. I could fight. So it's whatever.
Oh, did any of your battles end up in a fight?
Yo, very much so. But I always had dudes because it's always dudes. There wasn't really a lot of girls. The only
Yeah.
other girl that I rapped against was Remy. And it was like a real quick thing. It wasn't really no battle. She spit like 36 bars of fire. And I was done. I was like, yo, I ain't ready. Because I thought I was nice until I met Remy.
This was Remy before the Terror Squad days?
Oh, yeah. This is Remy back in high school.
Oh, shit.
Me and
Tish
Remy
went-
still tight. We still cool.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hey,
Nah, she was fire.
That's not
she
a
made
bad
me
person
fire.
to lose to, because Remy got dumb bars.
It wasn't really like a battle. Basically, what happened was my friend at the time, Katana, I taught her how to rap. So she was rapping. She was a Spanish girl, very, very frail, like 100-pound Spanish girl rapping. And she went to Lima High School, and she met Remy Ma there. And back in that day, yeah, it was Remy Ma. That was her name. Remy Ma. Her real name, Reminisce, I believe. Anyway, so she brings Remy Ma to my block on some, yo, this bitch could rap shit. And I spit, and it was cool. And then Remy spit. And it was like 36 bars of fire. I'll never forget it because I was like, yo, I got to get better.
She hit you with the bee rabbit. You just didn't even come back with a verse.
Nah, I just listened. I was like, yo, you fire. That's it.
Yeah.
It was like, it wasn't a battle because I don't really feel like women was battling like that. It wasn't too many female rappers. So
Nah.
she just pulled up like, yo, and it was respect from
Yeah.
the gate. But I got better. And every time I wrote a rhyme, it was just in case I had to battle her.
Just in case you had to battle her again.
Yeah. I was like, yo, if I ever have to battle Remy, I got to win.
Do
I got
you
to win.
still got Remy bars ready that you still memorized?
Yo, I got all my bars that I memorized, yo.
Wow. Well, that's really what battle rapping to me was. It was, we would have our, you know what I mean, 10, 12 punchlines in our back
Yep.
pocket, but it was mostly in the moment and you were freestyling.
100%.
And it's not that anymore.
Nah, it's not. And I get it. I mean, you know, back in the day, there was more time to actually get good at it. Now, you got so many distractions. It's like, you got to be a real introvert to sit there and really get good at rap. Like, before, you didn't have to be an introvert. You just had time periods where you wasn't outside and you was in the house. And TV wasn't 24 hours. And it was just time to really get good. Like I remember writing rhymes all the time. I had books of rhymes, like 15 books of just rhymes.
Yeah.
And I had words. I had a rhyming dictionary that I created. I would write rhymes and words that rhyme together, sentences that rhyme together, and study them every night.
Wow. No, that's really what it took.
Yeah, because you had to in order to remember like car, far, caviar.
Yeah.
I'm a star. I'm at the bar. I fuck around and beat you. I don't care who you are.
Do you still have it?
Look up at the sky, see the stars.
Do you still
Slap
have
your ass
this
straight
rhyme
up
book?
into Mars. Do I still have the rhyme books? No, man. My ex-girlfriend, shout out my ex that stole all my rhyme books and got rid of them, yo. Bitch.
Why would you just...
Because we broke up. It was an ugly breakup. It was ugly on both sides, but she stole my rhyme books, yo.
Well, you have a real... I feel like you do really well with the ladies.
I do all
say
right.
that because I gotta bring up a name and ask if you're still cool.
Yeah.
Are you still cool with Hope Adams?
That's one of my best friends,
Still,
yo.
to this day.
She just texted me that day. First of all, Hope, by the way, was never my girlfriend. She literally was
I just
my
assumed that. My
friend.
bad. Through my research, I made that assumption.
It seemed like that would be the case, but nah, we never had a sexual relationship. She is not gay in the slightest.
Okay.
She's Jewish and just a real ass chick, man. She came into my life at a pivotal time where it could have went left or right. I could have went
You were living
crime.
at crack houses,
Yeah,
right?
like it could have. Yeah, it could have went any which way, and she just say, "Come move to my block. Come move here. You can stay here." And actually, I lived with her for only like 2 months before she moved out of the apartment. She found a rich boyfriend, moved in with him, and left me the apartment on 50th and 8th Avenue, bro. Come on.
Life-changing, right?
Life-changing.
Shout out to Hope Adams. I couldn't get past this without saying shout
I
out.
would never, ever be here if it wasn't for Hope Adams. Thank you, Hope. I love you and your whole family. Her mom is like my mom. We're very close.
That is a beautiful thing. And there was another part of that part of your life that I want to highlight. So I like to say anyone who can make it in this industry, to me, especially as a musician, you could have done whatever the fuck you wanted, right? And it shows in your story because you were selling mortgages before the housing crisis. And my girl came up on like, I think you said $250,000.
Oh yeah, I was making 30 bands a month. It was getting crazy. So I literally, like, my friend Hope, her family owned a mortgage bank. I was depressed over a breakup, and my friend was just like, "Yo, you want a job?" I was like, "Yeah." She's like, "All right, come meet me at my house, and we'll drive to work together." The office was in Long Island. I lived in the Bronx. She lived in Manhattan. So I would wake up 2 hours early. I wake up at like 7, get out the door by 8, be at Hope's crib by 9 to wake her up for work in the morning, because Hope was like the black sheep. That motherfucker could sleep till 12. We got fired every day because of just being ridiculous. So I would go to her house, beat her at 9 o'clock, go to be like, "Hope, get up." She's like, "I need another 20 minutes. I need another 30 minutes. I need an hour." Next thing you know, I'm at her house till 11:30. We supposed to be at work at 10. We don't get there till 12. But her brother's the boss or whatever. And literally, she took me to buy my clothes. She took me to Steve Madden. Shout out Steve Madden. She took me to Steve Madden and bought me my clothes, my shoes, and just made sure I was ready for work. I went to work, and I see all these rich people wearing Ferragamos and Gucci and Rolexes and shit. Her brother says to me, "You want to make some money?" I say, "Yeah." He's like, "All right, here's the script. Learn that and get some leads." And like, I don't think they thought I was going to really be there, but man, I wanted them Ferragamos and them Guccis. I stayed and I fucking killed it. I started off making 5%, worked my way up to 10, 15. By the time I was at 15% within like 6 months, I hired my boys from the block. I noticed that there was a missing thing, which was Spanish people. And every time I called a Spanish person, I couldn't get a loan done. So I had my Spanish brothers, I hired them in to work under me, and I was paying them 5%, and I was making 15. It was crazy.
You see, this is what I'm saying. Winners win.
Yeah.
I think if Tish Hyman wanted to be an astronaut, I'm convinced you would be close to the moon right now, somewhere in the atmosphere.
I hated school. So nothing that takes school was I gonna do. If I committed to it, maybe, but I really didn't like being in school. So anything that I could do or for learning through experience, yes. If I wanted to be a director right now, I could literally sit down and become a director.
I believe it. I believe it. And you've accomplished so many different lanes, or you've been accomplished in so many different lanes. So we got to go back to, actually, before we get into, I was going to jump into, when the music began. I want to give you a gift. I do this, Tish. I give every artist
Really?
an album. Yep. I give every artist a CD. It's like my version of Nardwuar.
Wow.
It started with, I had 500 CDs when I got this gig and I started hosting people. And I was, what the fuck am I going to do with these goddamn CDs? My new car didn't play CDs. And I gave Bia an Aaliyah album. She started crying. So I said, you know what? I'm going to start giving these albums out. I got one for you, Tish. I think this is an album that shaped your life, been a big part of your journey. And I want to make some comparisons. So tell me what you think about this album. Do you know what it is?
I knew it was going to be
You
Lauryn
knew it was
Hill.
Lauryn Hill.
Hey, Miseducation, Lauryn Hill. I definitely used to own this CD. I'm definitely going to keep this, and I'm going to get her to sign it for me. Lauren, you're going to sign this for me, all right, darling?
Now, there's a few reasons why I can compare you to Lauryn. I'm going to start with the rap and the singing.
Yeah.
You got both down pat, and you really be writing from personal experiences.
Yes.
This Miseducation album, I feel like I've never met Lauryn. I feel like I know her very well.
Yeah.
Listening to your projects, from Dedicated to The Way I Am to Grown. Am I saying that right, Grown?
Yep.
I feel like I know you well.
Man.
You're very personable. You're very vulnerable in your music. And so I had to give you the Lauryn because I really feel like you are like a modern day. You carry a lot of that same energy.
I love Lauryn Hill. You know, I always got compared to her since I was a little girl, man. Cause you know, she was rapping and I was rapping and I started singing. Everybody was like, you sound like Lauryn and da-da-da. And you know, the only difference between us is that I was really in the streets. Like Lauryn seemed very polished and like she was like in Sister Act and she was just seeming like the type of girl that I felt like I could never be. Like I was so street and I was so hood. You know, I had done so much street shit. By the time she dropped this album, I felt the furthest from her. So to be compared to her is the biggest compliment. And I love Lauryn Hill, man, because this album, it changed my life. And it was just so great. I practiced that thing. I tried to hit the notes on X Factor, you know? Like, I love Lauryn Hill. I love this album. I don't know her personally, so I love Lauryn Hill's music.
So you haven't had any interaction with Lauryn yet?
Not personally. She knows about Lauryn Hill vibes, though.
Okay.
I reached out to my guy, Che Pope. So the original version.
Shout out Che Pope.
Shout out Che Pope.
Shout out Workshop. That dude's a man.
I love Che Pope. And
Yeah,
I
me
always
too.
wanted him to work on my projects. He's just a really big producer. So I'm the type that'll shoot a Hail Mary. So I always reach out. And Che, I knew he did a lot of work on this project.
Hold on. I'm like a music historian, as I like to say. I did not know this. Che worked on the Miseducation?
Yeah.
Che, I used to produce a show for him on Twitch. You never once told me this, Che. You're
Now
a humble
listen,
man.
I'm not a music historian, but for some reason, in my mind, Che worked on this. I don't want to say it's facts. We should look it up. Let's do a quick Google search.
We will. We're going to see. I'm going to look through the credits.
Yeah,
But
I
tell me
feel
about-
like Che worked on this.
You hit up Che, and you told Che to hit up Lauryn?
Yes. So basically, Miseducation. I just want to make sure because I don't want to misquote. Yes.
He did?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
He's known for all right, just want to make sure. Wow. So I hit up Che Pope for a few reasons. One, I would love to work with him in any capacity. And two, I had this Lauryn Hill Vibes record, and on the version that I had at the time, I sang the girls, you know you better watch out. Ooh, sorry.
Ooh, no, that sounded
I
good.
fucking hit the bad note at the end. I'm no Lauryn. But I was like, some guys are lonely about that thing. So I wanted to use that in the Lauryn Hill Vibes version. And I needed to clear it.
Mm-hmm.
So I reached out to him because he was the only person I knew besides another guy who I know. Dang, his name is slipping me right now. Bald-headed, big guy. Toured with him. He was with the Roots.
He was with the Roots.
Yeah, I can't remember his name right now, but anyway.
Not Black Thought,
James
right?
Poyser.
Okay.
James Poyser.
Okay.
Between him and James Poyser, but I had a better relationship, or not better, but just closer relationship with Che. So I called Che. I said, Che, I need to clear this Lauryn Hill Vibes record with this part of that thing on it. Can you send it to Lauryn? And he was like, all right. He sent it to Lauryn. At the time, I believe she was on the verge of having a grandchild. There was she didn't say yes and she didn't say no. It was just kind of like, I'm busy, basically. But I think he sent me a screenshot, or he told me that her response was, this is cute. You know, like she's a little flattered, I feel like.
Yeah.
And respected it. And then she asked, was it a love song? And I said, no, it's about cheering up your friend, which it is. And, you know, she just never really got back to me about clearing it. But, you know, I winded up replacing that part with the second half. Can't be no minute with the crazy times. Life feels like an uphill climb. So instead of doing that part, I just wrote a new part. But, yeah, so she knows it exists.
She knows of Tish.
I mean, she knows it exists and she knows of me. I feel like when I was starting in the music industry, people were comparing me to her a lot, saying I'm the new Lauryn Hill and things like that, which is another reason why I wrote the song. As flattered as I was, I thought it was a little disrespectful. I was like, yo, Lauryn's not dead, you know? Like, she's still here, you know? And as flattering as it is and as great as she is, and to be compared to someone so great, I just felt like people were trying to say I was the new her, and I was like, no, I'm not.
You're the first you.
I'm just Tish Hyman. I'm street. I've always been in the hood. I'm in the streets.
Yeah.
I'm not Lauryn Hill. I'm Lauryn Trill. No, I'm just kidding.
I think the comparison comes from the vulnerability, and then the fact that I have seen Lauryn rap live.
Yeah.
I have seen Kendrick rap live, Busta Rhymes. I've seen, I think, everyone from the Wu. Lauryn is one of the best rappers I've seen live.
Yeah.
When she did her verse on Lost Ones, I saw her at this, you know, I've seen her at a big stadium, but one time I saw her at a little small joint. And I remember being like, this motherfucker is controlling the room.
She's
She's
queen.
an incredible rapper, as well as, you know, singer. And that's where I drew the comparison. And also just, you're vulnerable. Your music is on some real deep shit.
I appreciate the comparison, to be honest. Like, I do. I just wanted people to know, like, I wasn't trying to replace her. I'm not trying to replace her. I think she's amazing. She's still very much alive. And I think she's great. So I was like, you know what? Put on the Miseducation. And it was another way of me saying, if y'all want Lauryn Hill vibes, put on the Miseducation. You heard me? I'm Tish Hyman. I can only be me. And I'm from the Bronx, not Jersey. And we different women, but the sentiment is clear. Our voice textures are very similar.
Yes.
She is amazing. Lauryn, if you're watching this, I love you. And I'm putting on the Miseducation tonight. And the reason I wrote the song is because I was mentoring a girl.
Uh-huh.
I mentor a lot of people because I know how hard it is to come to LA.
Like singers, songwriters, or just in general, anybody?
I've mostly artists because that's who I'm around, but I've met anyone that I've met that I could impact their life in a positive way. I have done this. I've done my best to give them words of encouragement. And this girl was about 19 years old. She came to my house for some advice. Producer tried to, you know, mess with her in a sexual way, and we just talked about things, and she was pretty distraught. And I said, you know, you got to listen to some strong women. You got to listen to some strong women music and understand that we all go through these things, but we persevere. And I played her Everything is Everything, number 13. I played her Everything is Everything. I was playing a lot of records, by the way, not just Lauryn. I played Nina, I played Lauryn, I played Queen Latifah, I played some Wu-Tang. I just played a bunch of songs that inspired me, but mostly women stuff. And the next day she calls me and she was like, what was that song you played me by that Lauryn lady? She texted me and she said it. She texted me and spelled Lauryn Hill's name with an E.
Oh, no.
Don't spell Lauryn with an E.
I would have dropped her as a client.
It's a Y.
Yes.
It's Lauryn, Lauryn. So when she says this to me, I'm like, Lauryn lady. I'm like, it's called Everything is Everything by Lauryn Hill. And I said to myself, there's so many people who don't know. They're missing out. They're missing out on this wonderful album. So I decided to make a song about it, and it's all about uplifting your friend, and it's called Lauryn Hill Vibes. And so far, the response has been really good.
And I can imagine it being great because the record does feel like some Lauryn Hill shit.
Shout out Ty Dolla. He did all the backgrounds on it.
Ty is doing the background vocals
he
on
did
Lauryn
all the
Hill
whoo,
vibes?
woo, woo.
That's Ty.
Yeah, I'm not really a good background singer. A lot of people don't know this, but I barely sing my backgrounds. I either send it to a friend who does it or it just don't get done.
Wow. I can't wait to go back and listen to it and try to like close my eyes and catch when Ty's on it.
Ty did all that.
Speaking of Ty, you on his Free TC album, which is, you know, I was talking to Ty like a month or so ago, and I said, yo, it's my favorite album you done. And if you go back and watch, I told him I love Horses in the Stable. This was before interviewing you came into my realm. That is one of my favorite Ty records. How did you get in with Ty? Because he's a frequent collaborator. He was on your first 2 projects.
Yep.
He's on all your projects, actually.
Yep. Yeah. Actually, shout out to Ty.
How did you get in with Ty, and how have you guys developed this relationship together?
It's very funny because one thing that people don't know is I've never written a song with Ty. One time I wrote on a hook called She Like Me with Rick Ross and him, which he forgot to credit me, but it's okay, it happens. Because we don't write together so much that he forgot that I was writing with him. Because I didn't write Horses in the Stable with him.
Wait, what?
I didn't write Your Turn with him, and I didn't write Stealing with him.
I thought you wrote. Wait, you didn't write with him in the room?
No, this was my songs that I wrote.
Oh, okay, that you just submitted over to
and
him.
So I love Ty Dolla so much that I usually give him some of my favorite songs that I've written. So Horses in the Stable, Stealing, and Your Turn were all written in 2014.
Wow.
Shout out 2014. I was on my player shit, big dog in it.
Hell of a
I was
year.
dogging bitches out. I'm sorry. I was just on some doggy dog shit. But 2014 is when I wrote those songs. So I'm driving around one day and I'm listening to Horses in the Stable. I love this song. I performed it on a couple of shows, and I just was like, I gotta give this to Ty. Because I didn't feel comfortable
Was this
singing the
before
song.
you met him?
Well, I met Ty at a fucking, what's that, IHOP.
You met Ty at an IHOP?
Yeah, I met Ty at an IHOP randomly. It's crazy because Ty fucked with me because I'm a real ass chick, and I just said some real shit in front of him that day, and then he liked me from that. I can't say what it was because it's a little personal, but I just said some real ass shit, and he was like, word, thanks. And after that, he just liked me. He correlated me with real shit, which is, you can correlate me with real shit. I am real. So randomly, I just wind up, I did my Subway Art record, and I don't know how, I might have DM'd Ty. I really loved his album that had my Cabana on it. I think it was called the Cabana. Fuck, what's the name of that top? Beach House.
Yeah, Beach House 1,
Beach House 1.
Yep.
With my Cabana.
Yep.
And I was obsessed with this man. I was like, yo, I love him. I didn't even remember that I already knew him from IHOP. It was just like, I love this nigga. I DM'd him. Somehow we got in touch. We was tight. Phone. And then one day I just texted him. He was like, come to the studio. And at this time, I was huge Wiz Khalifa fan, which I still am. I never really was, I didn't really listen to Wiz Khalifa's music. If you told me right now to name a Wiz Khalifa song, I'd be like Black and Yellow. I'm not gonna, or Miss This Plane, because I remember when that came out, it was my shit. But like, I'm not gonna say like, the fan that I was the musical fan. I just like Wiz Khalifa. I saw him, he was asked about Lil B on an interview, and at that time I was looking at Lil B and I was like, this nigga sucks. But the way Wiz Khalifa answered the question was so nice that it made me like him.
Okay.
And so now I'm in the studio with Ty, and fucking Wiz Khalifa comes in, and everything in my body just is like, ah! And I text Andy Milanakis. And I'm like, Andy, I'm in the studio with Wiz Khalifa. Can you please tell him that I'm a big fan of his, and I love him. It's my birthday weekend. It was my birthday weekend. So I'm in there with Wiz, and Andy says, I'm gonna text him right now. Andy texts him, yo, you in there with my friend Tish Hyman, I love her, that's my bestie, and you need to listen to her music. It's her birthday weekend, she's a huge fan of yours. So now Wiz Khalifa turns to me, he's like, play your song. I was like, I play Subway Art, and Wiz Khalifa just starts crying.
No, Wiz was actually crying.
crocodile tears. I had big ass tears.
Wow.
And in my mind, I'm like, fuck, I didn't think he was gonna cry to that. I got another song called Let's Be Honest that I played, and I thought he was gonna cry to that. But he just cried to Subway Art, and he just like, man, that's a sad fucking song, bro. And I remember feeling like, fuck, yo, that's crazy. That's the happiest guy on the planet.
Yeah.
And he just started crying. And after that, I think me and Ty just was tight. Ty respected my artistry and how I wrote. So I don't really call Ty 100 times a week or a month, but when I do, I try to space it out and make it really important. So one day I'm listening to Horses in the Stable, and I'm like, Ty, I got this record. You gotta cut this. This is for you. So I sent it to him. He listens to it. He FaceTimes me back. This shit's crazy. I need this. I was like, you got it.
Wow, and
that's how he got Horses in the Stable.
And you've given him other records.
And that's how I got every single record on him. Stealing, I performed Stealing at Webster Hall to a sold-out crowd in New York, and everybody was singing and stealing all these bitches' hearts. After I got off stage, I almost contemplated keeping it because I'm like, everybody's singing it. But I love Ty so much, I was like, Ty, you gotta have it. And he recorded it. He dropped that on the Campaign album, or mixtape. And then Your Turn, same thing. I'm driving around listening to my shit, and I hear Your Turn. I'm like, this is Ty's next record. So I called Ty. I'm like, Ty, I got the trifecta. This is the third record that we gonna do. I sent it to him. This motherfucker FaceTime. Shit's crazy. Let's go. And then he decides to put me on it.
That's a beautiful
That was
thing.
so nice because I wasn't expecting that.
That's a beautiful thing.
And I was nervous.
It's obvious you guys have a good relationship.
I love Ty. I love him.
You guys have very similar voices.
We
Very
definitely have that.
raspy. The way you guys sing, it's not like you're, I don't know, very laid back, but also very raw. You know, like Ty, he sings the way he talks.
Yeah.
Same with you. I can
Yeah.
hear the raspiness in your voice.
The difference with Ty though is Ty is like an amazing singer to the point where he just runs. Like I learned a few of his runs that, you know, like nobody's truly yours. I don't do runs. You will never hear me do them. But I learned a few runs from him and I'm like, yo, he's an incredible runner. His background layers are insane. I don't do backgrounds. Like, he's just a real singer. Like, I'm a rapper that turned into a singer, and I got a lot of power in my voice and a lot of emotion, but you will rarely hear me do a lot of backgrounds. It's like, maybe this new albums that's coming up, I got a little better. I started working on it, but Ty is just, I love Ty Dolla.
Me too. I
love you, Ty.
We love you, Ty.
Yes, we do.
But you have you have an incredible body of work that just came out, Grown.
Yes.
I'm gonna say my favorite 3 tracks are Hold My Hand, right?
Hold Your Hand.
Hold Your Hand. I'm so
Yeah.
sorry. Hold Your Hand, Disease.
Yes.
And that Lauryn Hill vibe.
Hey.
And what I really love though about the album is it's all cohesive, but it's not repetitive. I don't know if that makes sense. Everything
Yeah.
is a little bit different, but it all has your signature, just like fight. I can hear your voice, like you're singing your pain.
You know, it was therapy for me to make this album. My mom passed away when
Rest
I
in
was
peace to your mother.
R.I.P. Miss Alberta.
R.I.P.
Miss you, lady, every day.
And you last year lost your sister.
Yeah.
Rest in peace to your
R.I.P.
sister.
Terrell.
Terrell, rest in peace. Did I say it right?
Yeah.
Terrell, you've had a rough, what, it's been 7 years?
It's been rough.
Yeah.
It's been, you know, my mother's passing was the hardest for me. She was my everything, my support system, and she believed in me the most. So at the literal height of my career in 2016, I'm torn, I'm doing all this, and at the end of the year, my mom just gets sick. I'm in Dubai, and she calls me, she says, I think I'm having a stroke. And I'm like, me and my mom had a funny relationship. It was just hilarious. I'm just fucking crazy. I'm like, nigga, if you was having a stroke, I think you calling the wrong motherfucker right now. I think you need to call the hospital or some shit. She's like, nah, Tisha, I'm serious. I think I'm having a stroke. I said, well, shit, what you calling me for? You need to call a doctor. She's like, nah. And, you know, she winds up going to the hospital, and while she's at the hospital, we're on the phone again. And I don't know what made me ask her. I said, Mom, what do you think about me? And she says, I think you're gonna win a Grammy, and I'm gonna be right there with you, and I'm gonna go up on stage with you to get it. And I was so upset because I want her to say something like, I think you're a good person. I think you're cool. I think you're smart and funny. But it was about the career, and I was just so stupid. I just didn't like what she said. And that was the last time I spoke to her. After that, she had a stroke, and I never heard her voice again. It was a very hard year and a half of watching her be sick. And, you know, I give a lot of props to Megan Thee Stallion, because she lost her mom, like, right when she started to pop off,
She
yo.
did.
And she just kept going.
Yeah.
And I
That's
couldn't.
a really good point.
I couldn't.
Yeah, it's a really good point. Because I know for you, you were at such a height. You had dropped Subway Art, correct?
Yeah.
You're touring.
Yeah.
You're on the road with Jill Scott.
Just did a movie.
You Chirac. You had just done. This was the pinnacle of your career
Yeah.
up until this point.
I couldn't move.
So you had to completely stop everything you're doing.
It just, everything was blurry. I started making bad decisions. I fired people. I just wasn't in my right state of mind. And I just, you know, I couldn't keep going. I just couldn't. My why was completely gone. And like I said, that's why I give props to Megan, because like she literally, like, I don't know how she did. She just kept going. And I know she has her moments, because this shit is hard. It's been a few years for me, and it's still hard. But yeah, I stopped. I tried to put out a project. I think I put out The Way I Am in 2017.
Yeah, you did.
It was lackluster. I really just couldn't focus. I couldn't get it. And then after that, I had like a mixtape I tried to do. None of it was just my why was gone. And I couldn't think of why I wanted to do anything. And I lost myself completely for 18, 19 to 2020. And I just got my why back in 2021.
What is your why?
My why is because I love to make music, and because I've been through so much shit, and I'm still a happy person. People still enjoy being around me. I have a really good energy, and I believe in magic, and I believe in life. And I want to be able to show people that no matter what you've been through in your life, you can continue. You can be a good person, and you can have success. I was in foster homes, all kinds of shit growing up. But when I came to LA, nobody knew that. And that's why I made all my albums about my pain, because no one knew. Everybody thinking I'm just so happy that everybody's like, you must have had a great life. And I'm like, actually, it was shitty. But instead of going around and telling everybody about it, I just made an album about it. And I think a lot of my music has to do with pain. I'm trying to get to a place where I write about my happiness, because I'm actually pretty happy. But I think when it comes to my message in life and what I want to use my voice for, I just want to express the darkest shit.
That's a really good point, because the first time I met Tish Hyman was that we had a meet and greet here in the building with St. John.
Yeah.
And you came in with this like fireball of great energy. You just lightened the whole building up with good energy. I will never forget, you had some kind of like, almost like a vest on, like the holsters.
Yeah.
And you had a white shirt on. I just remember you. I don't remember anyone else from that event. I swear to God.
Damn.
I remember your energy. But then I remember when I looked you up and listened to your music, I was like, damn, she's going through some shit. And that's something that I didn't really grasp until you just said it, that all your music does come from pain. You're such a positive ball of energy when you're around.
Because it's like, yo, I'm trying to, I don't even know, like, for some reason, that's what I talk about. Like, Subway Art, when I wrote Subway Art, I was living at the Hollywood Tower in a penthouse. But I wanted to talk about that. I don't know. I didn't really care to talk about how great my life has been in LA. I really wanted to talk about what made me who I am, that I could have the perseverance to get to LA.
But what about now? Have you written a happy song? Has Tish Hyman ever written a positive, upbeat, happy song? Just curious.
Yes, I do. Honestly, okay. I listened to this last project, Grown, and I was like, Tish, you really put all the sad songs on here. And I got a lot of sad songs, but I do have a lot of happy songs. I got a song called Lucky that is so happy and so upbeat. It's like sunshine in a song. And I got a lot of happy stuff. I guess I just, Grown, getting real was necessary for me, was therapy, because I had to get real with myself. I had to refine my why. I had to talk about what really mattered to me. So when I did the prelude, I was telling people why I was gone and what I went through. And then Gladiator was about when I was like born to like 21. Everybody thought I was a loser on my block. Them niggas was wrong. And here I am being a gladiator. And then Maybelline is about wearing your scars like Maybelline. Instead of trying to cover them, just finding the beauty in your struggle.
That was one of my favorite metaphors or whatever analogies on that project. That was beautiful. Your songwriting is there's layers to it.
Damn. You know,
so
it's
we're
crazy.
Gonna finally get some happy Tish music around the corner.
Yes, I got a bunch of shit. I got a song called Lucky with me and Leon Thomas. It's very upbeat.
You
it's
and
very
Leon
happy.
Thomas got one in?
Oh, Leon Thomas is my baby. I love Leon Thomas.
That's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, we're very cool. Very cool.
And there was something else I noticed about this project. Your first two projects, you did bring your, I would say, like celebrity friends on board.
Yeah.
You know, you had Fabulous, you had Ty.
I did.
This project, you said, this is just Tish Hyman.
Yes. I wanted to stand alone. I wanted people to know it's just me by myself. I didn't want to use any celebrities, although Maybelline has Vic Mensa on it.
Wait, what?
Yeah. I got a version of Maybelline that has Vic Mensa on it.
That's not the one that I listen to on
No,
Spotify, right?
no.
Okay, I was about to be like, I'd be smoking too much weed.
Nah, I got a version with Vic Mensa, and it's huge production. I got Dem Joints producing on it. I got Hayes Banger. It's like a whole movie of a beat. It's insane, and it breaks down into like this crazy,
Are we ever gonna hear that?
Yes, I've just been trying to find the right partner for it.
Okay.
You know, because I didn't want to just, you know, when you got your friends who are popular or whatever, I kind of want to put some oomph behind it. I just want to throw it out there. I threw this project out there like, here's some music, niggas, and I'm coming with more music. So just take this and take everything I got to give.
Well,
you know?
Yeah,
so with the features, I kind of want to partner around with things. I think it could be in a film. But I'm definitely going to drop Maybelline next year with Vic Mensa and all the production. It's a huge production. It's beautiful. I got a song with Yebba Smith and Vori called Too Many Times. Huge production. I got a song with Earth Gang called Oh My, amazing production. Skrillex is on the Lucky record with me and Leon Thomas. He did some production.
You say Skrillex?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
Skrillex?
Yeah, I love Skrillex.
I love how you just like low key, I got Skrillex on the record. That's motherfucking Skrillex.
I love you, Skrillex. You already know I love you, Sonny. Who else is on the record? I got Rumor on Hold Your Hand.
Wow.
So, you know, I'm gonna drop that. I don't know why I didn't drop it already because me and Rumor are so tight, but I'm just waiting. I got a record with Rumor. I got him on that. And then who else is there? I might be forgetting someone, but whatever. I got some features with people for sure.
You got some. So Grown was more, I think you alluded to it before we jumped on camera. Grown was you kind of retesting the waters. Because you took this, 5-year hiatus?
I took a 5-year hiatus. I'm like, I need to release some music. I need people to know that I'm releasing. But I have so many records. I have 40 records just ready to spill out. I want to get St. John on this Barcelona record, which he's heard. He loves it.
Come on, Saint.
Saint's just really big right now. He's busy, but he'll get around to it, I'm sure.
It happen.
Of course. I love St. John. That's my baby. You know, JID, you know, he owes me a verse. Not owes me, but he told me he would do it, so he's going to do it.
Come on, Jid.
Jid's my guy.
He was just up here, too.
I love him.
He state claimed that he's the best. I mean, I lobbed it to him. I said, are you the best from your generation? And he's like, absolutely. I think he's one of the most lyrical rappers from his age group, his generation.
I agree. Me and Jid was on tour with Lil Wayne for a while.
When were you on tour with Lil Wayne? Hold on.
I think it was 2017 or 2016. Shit. But yeah, me and Jid was on that tour, and we were just both really new. He opened, then I went, then Lil Wayne went. It was really insane. And ever since then, well, actually, I already knew him before we got on tour together, actually. Him and Earth Gang, they're all very tight. And I met all of them in the studio like years before. At the time, see, when I was doing my thing, I was kind of lit and everybody else was kind of still trying to bubble. Like Earth Gang, everybody was still, they weren't lit yet.
Yeah.
And I was just cool as fuck. So they liked me. Like Earth Gang came to my house, you know what I'm saying? That's how I got the feature with them. They was at my house, did it.
Yeah.
But I was already in there, and at that point, I was bigger than them, quote unquote, you know?
Absolutely, yeah.
So, you know, I think that people really liked that I was just always chill. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
why I gravitated towards you. I loved your energy.
Appreciate
and then when
it.
I saw that Tish was back around the block with new music,
Come on.
I was excited. I said I got to reestablish the connection and build with you in some sense.
And I'm so glad you did, because I'm happy to be here and to be talking to you and talking to you guys about this project, yo. Like, for me, you know, Jay-Z got a line that I love to say. No matter where you go, you are who you are, player. And I've always been real. I was on the block. I was who I was before I got here.
I
You know what
love
I'm saying?
that. You know, I be dropping J quotes all the time.
Come
I can't
on.
believe you beat me to dropping a J quote. No matter where you go, you are who you are, player.
That's it.
You say you can peel back, but that's just the
Top layer, yeah. Like when I came to LA, I was here for 6 months. I threw a party at the Hollywood Tower. 400 people showed up. And we talking Riff Raff, Simon Rex, Andy Milonakis, Bryce from fucking Groove Theory, which was like, what? Stacey
Wait,
Ball.
Bryce from Groove Theory?
Exactly. I was like, yes.
What the?
I was like, what the
kind of contacts do you have?
Yo, it was crazy. I'm like, Bryce is
Andy
here?
Milonakis and the homie from Groove Theory were chilling with Tish.
On the same rooftop, my whole Adams family, Hope Adams, her brother Greg, all the Jews that I knew. Fucking, who else was there that night? The girl from Love and Hip Hop, Amina, Jazz or whatever. Amina from Love and Hip Hop was there.
Amina's a crazy one, right?
Yeah, I don't know who's crazy. They all crazy to me,
I
but
seen an episode of that shit.
I know her from New York. She came to my party.
Okay.
Fucking, who else was there? I'm trying to remember. Oh, Brian Lee, who went on to write like tons of hits for like everybody who was already a hit producer at the time. I mean, just anybody in LA was on that rooftop, and it was crazy. And everybody kept asking me, how long you been here? And I'm like, 6 months. And they're like, how'd you get all these people to come to your party? I'm like, nigga, I'm real as fuck.
You absolutely are. You are one of the most authentic artists. You really talk about your pain. Like I said, just listening to Dedicated to up until Grown, I feel like I know Tish Hyman. And
You
I know
do.
Tish very well.
I'm laying it all out there on the line. What you see is what you get. You know, I'm not trying to be something I'm not, you know. Over the years, I've had people, you know, tell me, Tish, you got to tone it down, you know, too hood. And I try my best. I really do. I have a lot of class inside me, guys. I promise you this. I'm very, very, very smart, and I can speak very articulately. But I also am hood as fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like when Cardi B said that shit, I'm rich as fuck, but I'm still hood as fuck. I can't help it. I was like, yes, yes.
Resonated.
It resonated. It resonated. I have a lot of class. I'm not gonna be out here in the streets fighting or screaming or acting ridiculous, but I'm from the Bronx.
Well, your whole story really comes down to people gravitating towards you.
Yeah.
From Hope Adams.
Yeah.
From her, this is somebody who said, I'm gonna give you my apartment.
Yep.
And her brother said, we're gonna give you a job.
Yep.
And then fast forward, other people who just gravitated towards you, Ty Dolla Sign.
Yep.
Diddy.
Yep.
If I'm correct, if my research was correct, you worked on the MMM project.
Yes, I did, man. I was on the Everyday record, me and Diddy, the Locks, basically, and Pusha T.
Which was one of my favorite joints on that project because I love Push.
Me too.
I'm the biggest Pusha T fan in America. When I met the dude, all I could do was recite his verse from Grindin'. I had nothing to say to him. I just said from ghetto to ghetto to backyard to yard. He sold it whipped on whip, soft or hard. I love Push. So I remembered that record. I think that was one of the reasons when I met you, I was like, oh, it's motherfucking Tish Hyman. So I remember the record. But then you also got in the studio by way of Malik Yusuf. You got in the studio with Ye.
Yes. That was the Life of Pablo.
What era Ye was this? The Life of Pablo.
So I winded up going in there and we worked on Wolves. Now, I wasn't credited properly on Wolves. I wouldn't even say properly. There was like fucking 30 people on Wolves. I could have been 31. I'm just really not a stiffler for things of this nature. I feel like the contribution I made, I don't even want to say it. I feel like for me, it wasn't nothing worth putting my name on, but I was in the studio with Ye. I was there working on Wolves and a bunch of other records that he did that came out to be the Life of Pablo.
Did you hear any of your contribution? Oh, I'm so sorry. A lot of which
he did himself.
Okay. Okay.
So take with that what you will. I was not about to go be like, yo, put my name on it.
Yeah.
Somebody that was with me, that came with me, that wasn't even invited, but came with me, got their name on it because they were that much of a stiffler, but I was not that. But
Now,
I was there.
were there contributions from Tish Hyman that made it on Life of Pablo?
I don't really think so. Like, it was just so many, Ye was just kind of like doing a bunch of, Ye did that shit. Anybody else who's credited on it, good luck, God bless you for putting your name there. But from what I heard and what came out, it was Ye.
Now, do you, just on that matter of the way Ye makes music, I feel like he has too many people in the room these days. Am I right? Like, what are your thoughts on that? Because when you look at Donda, there is like 17 producers per record. Like you said, 30 songwriters per record. And sometimes things don't sound as cohesive.
Well, it's honestly, if I gotta be real, in my experience, Ye did that. Like, he just had people in there going, working on it, right? And didn't use any of their ideas. But I guess they were able to, he didn't remember, and they were able to get up. Because for me, the same shit I heard in the studio, they was like, can you put words to this? Was the same shit that came out.
Oh,
so I was like, who added to this?
Yeah, yeah.
That's why when people like, she worked on walls, I'm like, technically, yes. But I didn't hear nothing change from his reference track.
Yeah. Well, I remember.
It was like, what? Nobody wrote shit, but Ye didn't even write that shit. That nigga freestyled it and put it out.
So Ye really goes out of his way to, or not he, but he lets other artists.
Yes.
He lets artists get the
Instead
shine.
of fighting over it, he let it be.
That's a beautiful thing.
Instead of fighting over it, I let it be. I'm like, bro, what? I'm not fighting to fucking say I was in the room working on some shit that never. No, I'm good.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm good. I'm
I
good.
like that. I like that. I remember I was, I actually, this is super random. I went to high school with one of your former managers, Dre. White girl.
Oh, Dre Moore.
Dre Moore.
What up? Shout out Dre.
I knew her vaguely.
Like, Dre Knight?
Yeah, I knew Dre Moore vaguely in high school. We knew each other, saw each other at the St. John event. And I remember we were talking, and I remember she was like, yeah, Tish just did something on the Games project, but I'm hounded Whack 100 to get the credits.
Oh, God.
So this has been a common theme or common thread in your career of getting the credit that's due to you?
Not always. I usually write mostly a lot, so it's not a problem. But with certain people, it was. Whack, I just like really don't care for this individual. The last time I was in the studio with him and Kanye, and it was just really like, it was like a whole argument out of nothing. I just don't understand him. I don't want to even go into it because I don't want problems with him. Like, I get it. Like, he is who he is. I'm really upset that he even knows who I am. If he even remembers, hopefully he doesn't. Actually, let's just fucking cut him out.
Yeah, let's just.
I
We
don't
don't
want to
even
talk
need
about
to bring
Whack
that
100
up.
at all.
Well, I know that you have done a lot of work that you might have not been credited for.
With the game, what happened was, I worked on To the Light, I believe it was, and it was just like, I love Game. Like, his album, the documentary, I Don't Need Your Love was like my favorite song. I remember going through the Bronx and just listening to that shit and like really in my feels about it. And I told Game, and I still really personally like Game. I just think that whoever was handling the paperwork just didn't handle it right. Game is a big artist, and he didn't feel like dealing with it. He could have dealt with it. It would have been nice if he would have dealt with that, but he didn't. And I ain't really stressed about it because I have songs that I have bigger contributions on that I barely made any money on. So I doubt I would have made any fucking money anyway. But it was just like, would have been nice to have that consideration felt, especially because I really love his music. And growing up, he was a huge influence. But I still love the game. You know, I don't hold no grudges. You know, it's a tough industry.
Absolutely.
And you gotta be tough. So
Absolutely.
You know what, Game? I still love you, Game.
Nothing but love for Game
You know
and the
I
whole
love you,
camp.
boo.
Are there any other songs that we have heard that Tish has contributed to that we might not know about?
Shit, man, there's so many songs, but I can't lie and say I remember. I fucking have no idea. If a person didn't contribute, if I didn't bitch about it, it wasn't that big of a deal. So
Okay.
like the song with the game, yeah, I'm singing through the whole song and yeah. But it was like, and I did contribute a little bit to lyrics, but you know, it it wasn't a big enough deal for me to bitch about. The Ty Dolla record that I did with Ty, that he forgot that I was there for because he was doing 50 records that night. I wrote 2 out of the 4 lines in the chorus. Would it have been nice to be credited for it? Yes. Was it a big enough deal for me to bitch, get a lawyer, do all this? Not at all. I told Ty straight up, I was like, nigga, hey man, you know I wrote on that record and you forgot. And he was just like, I'm like, you know, yeah, nigga, it would be nice if you would just send a bitch a couple bands just cause, you know, I didn't get credited. But, you know, he was just like, word. I was like, yeah, nigga, damn. But I'm not the bitch that's gonna be asking niggas for money. We all know Tish be doing her thing, you know what I'm saying?
No, and I think, Tish, that's why you're going to have, or you've had longevity in this industry. I think people like Ty will always gravitate towards working with you because it's so easy to work with in the production and in the post-production part of it.
I send him the records. I'm like, Ty, this is the record. I don't need to be in a room with Ty because I love Ty so much that I know what works for him. I know what's going to work from me to him. There's not a lot of artists that I even care to work with that much. I did work with her on her last project, which was a blessing. Thank you so much, because I got nominated for a Grammy because of her.
Oh.
Pun intended, her. And if you're working on a new album, girl, call me. I text you a few times. I know you got my texts because you know I'm a big texter. Yeah, so I text her and I'm like, yo, what's up? What you working on? Because I'm trying to get in on that. She is amazing.
She really is.
She is class act, talent. She's everything.
Absolutely.
I wrote Bloody Waters with her on that project. What else did I work with? I worked with Guap Dad 4000.
Shout out Guap Dad.
Yes,
All the
yes.
Filipinos.
Yeah,
Shout
I fuck
out
with G. Yo, that's my guy. I love him.
Love
We
his
actually
energy.
did promo for my album together
Hey.
on my Thorough Tish series. I love Guap. He's such a smooth, sweet, beautiful man. I love him so much. I met his mom, beautiful people. I worked on his last, I think it was called, what's the name of that album? Damn, that's terrible.
I don't remember what his last project was called either, but that was the
61,
one.
something with numbers. But I was on Gargoyles, that I was credited as an artist on Gargoyles, and then I also did the vocal. I had to re-sing the vocal for do you think you're better off alone? He had a record with Rick Ross called Too Many.
Okay.
Too Many. So that was cool. I just recently, the last thing I did was Dream Doll. I was on Dream Doll's record called Misunderstood. I reinterpolated a Nina Simone sample.
Was that Revenge of the Dreamers 3?
No, this is Dream Doll's last project that she just put out.
Oh.
Barbie.
I thought you meant Dreamville, the label.
No, Dream Doll.
Dream Doll. Got it.
Barbie.
Okay.
Barbie. I'm sorry, Dream Doll. I forgot the name of the album, but I'm on the first record she dropped off of there called Misunderstood.
Okay.
By the way, shout out Dream Doll being from the Bronx, and they didn't credit me properly in the beginning, but I text Dream Doll, I text my guy a skier fountain, and they got me through. They made sure that I was properly credited and paid. I appreciate you, Dream Doll, for that, and the skier fountain, I appreciate you for that Misunderstood record. And that was the last thing I did that came out. But I got to drop a couple names. Apollo Liberace, that's my guy, Minus Gravity, one of the dopest rappers that I've been working with over the last few years. I feel like he's going to be like the next Lil Wayne. He's really, really talented.
Minus Gravity?
Yep, Minus Gravity.
Minus
Apollo
Gravity. I'm a peep
Liberace.
game.
He has 2 names, Minus Gravity and Apollo Liberace. Bars. And he can sing. He got something in his voice that I got sometimes. It's like a Bob Marley type of thing he gets.
Okay, I'm going to check him out. Minus
I
Gravity.
really love him. I really love him.
Now, you chose to go with Gladiator, right?
Yep.
As if I'm correct, that was the lead single on Grown. What's the next one you're going to drop? Give us some visuals for.
So I gave visuals for Gladiator. I gave visuals for Maybelline. And then I'm going to shoot a video called Drown with a very, very, very famous director who is like one of the biggest directors right now. He texted me and he said, Tish, I've been thinking about you and I want to shoot Drown for you.
Wow.
I'm not gonna say who he is because I don't want to put him on the spot, and I don't want other artists to be like, I want you to shit it for me. But you know who you are, and I love you very much, and I'm excited to shoot that video with him. I got a song called 2022 that I might drop at the end of the year.
So you're already looking towards what's next, project-wise?
Yes, because I haven't dropped music in so long that I'm just like, I got to keep it rolling, keep waking people up. If you haven't checked out my project, go check it out. But, you know, listen, it's a marathon, not a sprint, guys. So don't go like, she don't got 1 million views. I don't got 1 million views. Help me get 1 million views. You heard me?
Listen, your music is unique. You are one of one. You are an incredible human being. I just think that, you know, you were put through some real motherfucking trials and real motherfucking tribulations over the past 5-6 years. Rest in peace to your beautiful sister, your beautiful mother.
Yeah, man, miss you, Mom. I mean, my sister, I guess I miss her. I don't miss her that much, honestly. She came to visit me a couple times in dreams, and I'm just like, we just fight every dream. I'm like, bitch, why do you keep coming, okay? When my mother comes, we have a good time, we watch a movie. By the way, people, whoever's lost somebody special, I really got to say this to you. They're not gone. They're just not here in a physical form. The spiritual world exists. And no, I'm not one of those people like, I'm not like that. But I've come to believe in the spiritual realm because with the death of my mother, she comes and visits me every other month. And it's not no bullshit that I had a dream about her. It's a dream with her. She literally came to me 3 weeks after she died and said to me, you need to find out what's going on with my ashes. I was like, huh? What you mean? You think they lost your ashes? She was like, find out what's going on with my ashes, Tisha. And she disappeared. I woke up, I called my sister who was alive at the time, and I'm like, hey, what's up, yo? Did you go pick up mama's ashes? She said, no. I said, I know, because mama just told me. And you need to go fucking get them today. She's like, I ain't had no money. I wasn't feeling good. I sent her the money. I got her to pick up the ashes. But that's when I realized spiritual realm is real. So if you lost somebody really close to you, know they with you. They somewhere around. It's just not that place where you can see them. You got to see them in your dreams. And if you really want to see them in your dreams, you can't be fucked up. You can't be drinking and smoking. You got to be kind of sober so you can really recognize your dreams. I see my mother at least once every month. I see my sister too, and I'd like to tell you, stop coming to visit me. She's the most, I'm sorry, I love the, I think in real life, but bitch, you're annoying in that. I need you to stop. Stop coming to see me. My mom, she's amazing. She's great. Me and my sister just fight. I don't think we liked each other very much in real life.
And she's coming back in the spirit.
That bitch is in the spirit. She's getting on my nerves from the grave. Like, girl, rest in peace. Rest in peace to my sister Terrell. I love you. Rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
Stop coming to see me, Mom.
Tish, you are a character. I can't wait for the movie on Tish Hyman, the Netflix series, or Hulu, whatever it's gonna be. It's gotta be a movie. I'm gonna be the first artist with a 3-point film. All right, we got 3 movies. Part 3 on me. Part 3 me, baby. Okay. So I want to manifest something, and then I want to ask you one last question. Man, I want to manifest. You were gonna write with Lauren or for Lauren. I feel like your pen game, the way you write music, the things you write about, is right up the alley of what we love about Lauren.
Ah man,
and I can see it.
I dream to make a song with Lauryn Hill. I love her. I don't know her. So because I don't want to, I feel like she's the type of person when somebody says, I love you, she'd be like, how? You don't fucking know me. So let me be real, Lauren, I don't know her, but I love her voice, I love the music, and I love the feelings that she gave me growing up as a girl in this shit. And I would love nothing more, not nothing more, 'cause there's a couple things I would love more, like $1 billion, for instance, but I would love to make a song with Lauryn Hill, and I would love to be a person she embraces in this shit. It's a Hail Mary, but I love Lauryn Hill, and I hope that one day we can collaborate. I would love to manifest that.
I'm going to manifest that, and I want to ask, are we gonna get a good 4, 5, 6 year run out of Tish? Are we gonna be consistent this time?
Oh, we
around,
consistent.
hopefully? God willing.
Shout out to my producers, Do It Levi, Adam Vidal, Mike Zombie, constant collaborators, Guitar Boy, Brian Spencer, Ben Jane, Cobain Ivory. As long as I got these relationships with all these amazing producers and myself who produce, I am not gonna stop. I'm so excited. I already got 40 records for y'all lined up. So believe me, I'm gonna keep going. And shout out to all the rappers and all the people that I collaborate with. Shout out to everybody who shows me love, who see me for who I am and appreciate who I am. And shout out for all the girls that know how to twerk, because I don't, and I really wanna learn, okay?
Tish Hyman, you are one of one, a true character. You are one of the rawest, most genuine and honest artists I've met. I wish you nothing but the best over the next, 2, 3 decades of your career. You're gonna have so many different I would say chapters of your career. I could really see you having your own Netflix show. I could see you being Spike Lee, get her back behind the damn camera.
Spike, man. Like, shout out to Spike Lee for putting me in my first and only ever film. But I'm gonna need you to holler back at me, Spike. I text you. Your number changed, but when I had it, I was texting you, and you was texting me back cryptic-ass messages. I don't know what the fuck they meant, Spike. I need another role, okay? But thank you for putting me in a movie. Shout out Sammy Chand. Shout out Kazimbe Ajamu. And if y'all don't know who that is, Kazimbe is like a daddy to me. And I'm so blessed for him to be in my life. But he's also Zendaya's dad, who's the biggest actress in the world. Shout out Zendaya for being so badass and lending your dad to me. I really appreciate you sharing him with me. And I hope I don't disappoint him by being ghetto hood and not as classy as you. Shout out Lauryn Hill. I love you, Lauren.
We love you, Lauren.
Love
Shout
you.
out Tish Hyman.
Shout out me.
Shout out one of the realest artists, like I said at the beginning. Battle rapper, first female rapper to complete Sway's 5 minutes of death. That is not an easy feat to accomplish.
It was easy for me.
Singer, songwriter.
True.
You said producer.
True.
Actress.
True.
I want to say comedian because you are damn near too funny.
I'm funny. Shout out Kevin Hart. Yo, listen, Kevin, listen. I'm trying to tell you something. I'm funny, all right? King Bosch, what's up, man? I called you today. You didn't call me back. Like, what's up, B? Lumiel, Zeus TV. Y'all know me, bro. Y'all know I'm funny. I know I'm out in these streets. Like, who's going to do it? Who's going to do it with Tish first? Wait, hold on. Pause. I'm talking about
that?
TV.
Tish Hyman, thank you so much. Everybody, if you have not heard the Project Grown,
Yes.
go check it out right now.
Yes.
I recommend you jump in to Hold Your Hand, because to me, that record resonated like a motherfucker. It just felt so good, felt so raw. If someone's going to listen to one Tish Hyman song, it's the first song they're going to hear, what song do you want them to listen to?
Well, you got to go to Subway Yard first, because a lot of people don't know this, but John Batiste played all the keys and sang on Subway Yard.
God damn, I did not know that.
Just a little.
So Subway Yard, if someone's going to listen to one Tish Hyman song first,
you got to go to Subway Yard first.
Okay.
But if you want to listen to his song, it goes like, you might never meet another like this again. And you might never have a love like this again. When you're breaking my heart, I hope you understand that in the end I won't be here to hold your hand.
Woo! All right, everybody, this was my one. The incredibly talented Tish Hyman. Grown is out now. And please tap in with Tish before it's too late, because she will not be opening your DMs in a few years. I promise you.
No, that's a lie. Don't be lying to these folks. I'm going to be opening the DMs, man. Let me tell you something. My favorite time to open DMs is when I'm on a time break.
I knew what you were about to say.
And you got to do that at least 2 or 3 times a day. You heard me? So guess what? I'm doing on my time breaks. I'm in your DMs. DM me.
Y'all got a year left. I swear to God, she's too humble. 1 year from now, there will not be any DMs being read on these time breaks.
I'm reading the DMs. Don't listen to none of these people. I'm reading DMs. All right? Believe me.
All righty, everybody. Mom on Tish Hyman, Dash Radio, and we're out.
Peace
Boom.
out.